And what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, welcome. I am the Wolfman, a single Wolfman today because I now have an ex so I do not have a Valentine this year, and Valentine's Day.
Neither do I,
and neither do any of us. And Valentine's Day to me is the most useless, dumb holiday because I've never had anyone spend it with. So I was like, I came up with this literally today. I was like coming up with an idea. I was like, let's do something different. Everyone's going to be talking about their favorite rom-coms. Everyone's going to be talking about their favorite romantic dramas of all time and stuff on Valentine's Day. Let's do something different. Just be three single men talking about our favorite breakup movies of all time. So these are films that are just, center around a breakup, or a breakup is like a core factor in it, or prevalent into the movie. So this is going to be something that's just to help all of you other lonely people out there, all the other single people out there. It is Singles Awareness Day for us, so this is our way of cheering you guys up that y'all might be alone on Valentine's Day, and have this stream to look forward to, and just talk about all these movies that will make you feel less alone in your situation. So yeah, guys, we're just going to basically go around the room and do a roundtable discussion instead of a ranking, because when it comes to like romantic dramas, or when it comes to romantic comedies, you could easily do a ranking on that, and it could be very different and all that stuff. But I feel like with this, we're just going to repeat a lot of the same stuff that we're going to be talking about if we did a ranking. So we're going to be doing a sort of like a roundtable discussion until we just run out of movies, but pretty much just talking about films that we love that are breakup films. And so
wait, question.
Yeah.
Does the first 3 minutes of Austin Powers The Spy Who Shagged Me count?
No.
Finds up Vanessa the robot. Wait a minute. That means I'm single again. Oh, behave. That scene. I was like, ooh, that could count.
If it was breakup scenes, then maybe, but this is breakup movies, unfortunately. But yeah. So this will be a very exciting stream, and I will go first. We'll just go around the room and we'll each give our thought. So I'll say a movie, that we'll each talk about the movie if we've seen it and what we thought about it, and then the next person will talk about a movie if they've seen it and they want to talk about it, all that kind of stuff. So we'll do that, and I'll save one for last. And Ross knows which one I'm going to be referring to, so he knows it's in my top 10 movies of all time. So I will definitely bring that one up for last, because that is to me the greatest. One of the greatest, the greatest breakup movie of all time. So
I'll type it in. I think I know. Yeah.
But so
okay, I put it.
It is actually.
That's a good pick, right? Good guess?
Very, 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 very good guess.
I've seen that movie, and there is one scene from that movie that sticks with me that probably does not stick with everybody, stick with anybody else. And I think you guys know.
Oh yeah. That movie. I watched that one, for the first time, since 2004, when I was 15, so I didn't really get it. But yeah, that movie's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I could do a debate to whether or not it's a breakup movie. I'll debate.
Yeah, it is. It could definitely be a debate because it ends very vague. It could be either or. Either they did break up, or they lived, or they continued with their. So it's very vague on that front, but that's why I might still bring it up tonight. But yeah.
But
I love the part at the end at the bar.
Oh yeah, but we'll get to that movie in just a second. But very first movie I will bring up is one called with my favorite actor, which is Her, starring Joaquin Phoenix. This is from Spike Jonze, and this stars the you can see the whole cast right there. It stars Joaquin Phoenix, Amy Adams, Rooney Mara, Olivia Wilde, Scarlett Johansson, the whole gang there. So, yeah, this film is one of the best scripts ever put to film. It's beautiful, it's poignant, and then it's just about, loneliness and isolation and how, how we're just longing for that connection. Even when it turns out to be a computer, we're still longing for that connection. And whenever they end up having to break up, he breaks up with his love, which was this AI computer. It is heart-wrenching, and you feel for him, and it's a beautiful character study, but it's also just a very...
I've never seen this, but how does one break up with AI?
You got to watch the movie. It's very something you think.
Yeah, once you see the film, it'll blow you away with just how.
Oh yeah, too. And then Andrew, like you could tell the time period was came in, because like a year after this movie, one actor would be on the credit. Would be on the poster. Do you know who name would be on the poster? Do you know which one?
Who?
Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's in it, isn't he?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Because this came out.
Olivia Wilde, was she in the poster or no?
Yeah, she was in the poster. She
okay, yeah,
but her name popped up because she was in like Cowboys and Aliens and a
but
few
she
other
actually
movies.
has less showtime, less screen time than Chris Pratt does.
Yeah, but it's I think if it would have come out a year later, because this came out 2013 and Guardians of the Galaxy was 2014, so that's what made Chris Pratt popular. So
Pratt was in Parks and Rec, so.
Yeah, but
he was, but he didn't become like a household name until Guardians of the Galaxy. People were like, "Who's that?" Okay, he's interesting on Parks and Rec, but who is that? And then once Guardians of the Galaxy came out, they're like, "Oh, he's Chris Pratt," and that's when he became.
I'm sorry, Parks and Rec is one of my favorite comedy shows.
Oh no, we're not saying it's bad. It's a great show. We're just saying that like it didn't make him popular. It was Guardians of the Galaxy that made him popular. Like,
he also did this movie that I've been like recommending to Mike. That could be that's not really a breakup movie. It's just a day. It's called like let me look. That's like one of those like generic titles, but like it literally had like everybody in it right before they broke out.
Oh wow.
Let's see. Okay. It's called like 10 years, I think, or something like that.
10 years. Oh yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. It came out in like 2011. But guess who's in it? That was breaking out at the time. Guess who?
Who?
Okay. Channing Tatum in 2011.
Oh wow.
Justin Long.
Wow.
The guy from the Handmaid's Tale, Max Mangilla. The one that plays Nick, right?
Oh yeah. I know which one.
Oscar Isaac.
Nice. Yeah.
Chris Pratt.
Wow.
Aubrey Plaza.
Jeez.
Wait. Kate Mara.
Jeez.
Anthony Mackie.
Jesus.
Rosario Dawson.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so this movie literally has everybody, before they broke out, huh?
Yeah, that is like one of the most stacked casts now. When you look at it, it's like one of the most stacked casts I've ever seen.
What movie is this?
It's called 10 Years, and it's a simple movie too. I love that. You remember the song I played for you by like Oscar Isaac called "The Best I Never Had"?
Yeah,
that's from it.
Oh wow, nice. Okay.
Yeah, it says former high school friends Channing Tatum, Rosario Dawson, Justin Long meet again after a decade and discover that the passage of time has changed some but not others.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. No, I'm.
You can watch it free on YouTube too.
Ooh, okay. I know what I'm definitely gonna. Well, I don't have the time tonight, but I know what I'm definitely watching after work tomorrow. Like that, I'm definitely gonna have to check that one out. Thank you for putting it on my radar.
Yeah, because
So
basically, it's everybody before they became big. Do you know why?
Why?
This is in 2011.
Oh wow. Yeah. So what did you think of her?
I love it. I love it. And I know Andrew's never seen it. Plus, like at first I thought, it's about a guy who falls in love with the computer, but you actually buy the romance because of Scarlett Johansson's voice too. And I remember she was the first time I've ever heard about a voice actress. People were mad that she didn't get nominated for it.
I have a thing that's gonna be on Michael's suggestion list for me soon enough.
Oh, you'll love it.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely be
Andrew's, because like Mike, is it okay if I give away a little something?
If it's not like if it's little,
it's about his job.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
And you're like, like how like like he's actually going through a divorce, right? And he's super depressed. Yeah, guess what his job is?
What?
He writes greeting cards.
Yeah. So yeah, it's and it is, and it's honestly maybe the best depiction. Well, okay, maybe tied with Lost in Translation for the best depiction of that fleeting loneliness that we get in our lives. That we just are that it's just that lonely feeling of just you don't think there's going to be anyone there, but then someone shows up to make your life better. And Lost in Translation, people counted that as a breakup movie. They were never together. I don't think that's ever a breakup movie.
No.
So I was like, that was never a breakup movie. That was just, these two strangers had a connection, not a romantic one, but they had a connection with each other. And in this one, it is more romantic, but they both just have this connection. And the moment that she leaves his life, it's just completely heart-wrenching.
I've got a question about a breakup though.
But yeah.
Let's say the couple is talking about breaking up, right?
Yeah.
But then one of the characters dies. Is that a breakup movie then?
If they talked about it and like that was like the last thing that they mentioned, then I would say that's probably a breakup movie. Because if they were to like talk about it, but then they were to get back together and then he still ended up dying or something.
No. I mean, like they were literally like talking about it, and then the person got diagnosed with the disease. So then they all so they never really reconciled, but they didn't break up either.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I can definitely understand that, because I have one film on mine that I'm going to bring up that's like more so about unrequited love, because it's like they never really were together, but they both had feelings for one another, and then they both depart from each other. So like you could see it either way. So I have a film that is like that as well. So it'll be interesting. But Andrew, what do you have next on your list?
I would like to talk about a little movie called The Last 5 Years, starring Anna
yes,
and Jeremy Jordan. I love this movie. I will never forget. I was like 1 something in the morning, and I was finishing up that movie. It was like midnight or like 1 a.m. It was like late, and that ending song breaks me every time.
Oh yeah.
When she's like, I'll be waiting for you, and he's like, goodbye, Kathy, and then and they're having that duet together, and I love seeing the deterioration of this couple go from this like very romantic level to this level, and it shows how fame can go to somebody's head, because that's where the breakup happens, because of Jeremy Jordan's fame.
Yeah, and the last 5 years is actually a blind spot of mine. I've actually not seen it, but
I like it better than La La Land because it does the same things La La Land does. Just like she's actually likable in this.
Yes. Yes. I agree. Anna Kendrick actually is extremely likable. I am biased because I have a massive crush on Anna Kendrick, but I love her in this movie, and this is such a good movie. It's an underrated one that I bet you a lot of people watching this stream will be like, huh, I've never even heard of that movie. I've heard of her, but I've never even. I'm
gonna start doing something too. Yeah. With the stream, and like whenever we talk about a movie, I'm gonna look up to see where it's streaming too. Just for.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Just to look up where her is streaming, and where, just in case if you guys watch this and you're like feeling depressed because y'all don't have anybody in your life, and technically tomorrow actually the day after Valentine's Day is Singles Awareness Day. So if you guys are feeling down, staying lonely, then you guys can watch one of these movies and know that you're not alone. So that would be fun to find where it's streaming. So
I'm gonna look up her, and then I'm gonna look up the last 5 years.
Yeah, that'd be good. So yeah. Well, first off, just let us know what your film would your first film would be.
Yeah, I am. You know, it's my film is Kramer versus Kramer.
Great one. Shares a lot of similarities to another one we'll mention.
I've never seen that.
Because Andrew, what's it about though?
What?
Imagine if this wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's not happy with her life, so then she leaves the husband, like, and then the husband and the son really bond, and then because they didn't really know each other, the husband and the son, because the son's like young, but still, but then imagine if she decides that she wants the son back, and then they have to go through the courtroom.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So that's one that is up there with another movie we're going to mention that's really hard subject matter, and it handles this subject matter in a very realistic portrayal of it, and I respect that a lot. Also, there's one too, I've never seen it, but it's an Ingmar Bergman movie called Scenes of a Marriage, and I've that one I've heard shares similarities too with both of them as well. But yeah, that Kramer versus Kramer is great, and Dustin Hoffman is in it, and he's awesome. And didn't it win Best Picture that year?
Yes, it did, because it was on my Best Picture.
Yeah, it won Best Picture when it came out, and it's phenomenal. So definitely, if you guys can check out Kramer versus Kramer, which is a good segue to bring up one that I want to mention next, which was my favorite film of the year it came out, 2019, and that is Marriage Story. This film broke me when because the thing is I was a lot like the kid in this movie, where my parents are divorced in real life, and I never really understood the effects of it at the age of the kid here. But now that I'm older, that's when it hits you. And I really feel like that this took such an honest and raw and real approach to it. The argument scene between Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson is one of the hardest, most realistic argument scenes I've seen in film in quite some time, and one of the best acted scenes. Adam Driver, phenomenal in this film. Scarlett Johansson should have won the Oscar for this movie for Marriage Story that year. It was.
Why didn't she win though? I forget why.
Because didn't that one, like Renee Zellweger, wasn't Judy that year when she won for Judy? I thought.
Yeah.
I think it was in 2019. Yeah. So that's probably why she didn't win, because the Academy loves it when you put on makeup and you're some other.
Oh yeah, too. And Her Guys is on HBO Max.
Nice.
And then let me look. Okay, sorry about that.
Let's see. Oh, and then while I'm talking about Marriage Story, I want to show this off. So I love Criterion. They always make cool collection Blu-rays, and this is a Criterion of Marriage Story right here, which is really cool. And when you open it out, it looks like this on one side, and this on the back, and then has the kid inside it, and then you open it up. This is what it looks like. Comes with a little essay from a film critic here, and then also, this was the thing that sold me on it. It comes with Charlie's actual letter, like his real letter here, Charlie's letter, and then it also comes with Nicole's letter too, which is something I wanted to show off as well. And it's like the writing, like look, they have the little ink blots on there from where they made corrections, and it's so real, and it looks like a little ink blot there and all that stuff, like where they're just like trying to make corrections and stuff. It's like it's such a cool thing that Criterion did for this movie, and it was my.
And then this YouTube channel I watch, they kind of like they're called, like cinema therapy, which I have like recommended to Wolf before, like, and they make fun of the scene where he's reading the letter is because like the guy's an indie filmmaker, and then like he says, yeah, I guess that's an okay performance scene. Oh yeah, he's not really trying here. Adam Driver, I don't think you're gonna make it in Hollywood, so could you please come work for me? But they're being sarcastic because the scene where he's reading the note and he starts to break down.
That is the most emotional scene of the whole movie. Like that is the scene that got me crying hard in the theater. I saw this. I was one of the first people to see this at a film festival in October that year. I remember coming out and like telling Ross, like, oh my God, Marriage Story. It's like the thing. It's the shit. You have to see it and all that stuff. And I was really geeking out about it. I gave it a standing ovation when I saw it. The movie just floored me, and it's my favorite movie of that year and Noah Baumbach's masterpiece, in my opinion. So,
wait,
too.
Noah Baumbach wrote this?
He wrote it and directed it. Yeah,
I had no clue about that.
Yeah, and the guys, Kramer vs. Kramer right now is not streaming anywhere. You'll have to rent it, but I have ways around that.
Which you just saw Francis Ha from Noah Baumbach. It's the he did that movie and he also did this one too. So
do you know why? Do you know why they work so well together, Andrew? For Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig. Do you know why?
Why?
They're married.
Oh yes, I
yeah. So it's really cool, and he is one of my favorite screenwriters. So I'm glad he made this film that will forever have an impact on my own personal life, and I will thank him for that impact, no matter how hard it was to be reminded of it. But what do you have any other do you have any thoughts you want to talk about with Marriage Story, Andrew?
Favorite scene is, of course, when he's singing "Being Alive" at the barroom.
Hell yeah, I figured that was the only one where I was like, he's not that great of a singer, but I understand that like he's not supposed to sound good in the scene, so it's not like a detriment to it. But
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to rewatch.
He's also a former Marine too in real life.
He is, yeah, which is really cool. He's one of the best actors. I wish he was Reed Richards. I loved it when they casted him, but it's
I don't really see him though in that kind of role. I mean, I think he did a Star Wars, but I don't see.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe it's the old if the old MCU was there.
Yeah, maybe I could see that.
But now the new MCU, no.
True. But Andrew, what would be next on your list?
Tell me if this is kind of a cop-out because I may actually have a reason why. Because it's a movie about friendship. And nothing is more anti-Valentine's Day than just two people just being friends. And
it depends on what it is, but
the Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis movie, Friends with Benefits.
No, that's not a break. No. They get together in the end.
Yeah, they get together at the end of the movie, so that's not a breakup movie at all.
Then I'll go with what I was watching today, Crazy Stupid Love.
That's that is and it's not, but we'll allow that.
We'll allow that
one. Because it's dealing with all aspects of love. It's dealing with you have Steve Carell's character going through a divorce. You have young love. You have this love, that love.
Reading Brian's messages.
I haven't.
And it is a great movie. I feel that it combines the seriousness and the love. And the humor really, really, really well. If you feel really bad for Steve Carell's character and Julianne Moore's character, you feel bad for them both in this movie. And to all the guys who remember this movie, And then we get probably one of my favorite names of a dude in a rom-com or close to a rom-com ever. David Lindhagen.
They say it too many times though in the movie.
Like,
hey, drinking game coming up, right? This is David. Every time they say David Lindhagen.
Like I'm sorry. I love David Lindhagen name. I love that name, and this cast is great. Ryan Gosling is great. Emma Stone is amazing. So many amazing performances in it. It is the definition of a romantic dramedy, if that makes sense. That combines the romance, and you also feel the heartache. You feel the happiness. You feel the sadness, and that's what a good movie does.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And real quick before we get to Ross's picking, you can look up where Crazy Stupid Love is streaming while I get these comments.
I don't know
people. Oh, where?
It's on Hulu / Disney Plus if you have the
Disney
nice Plus Hulu bundle thing.
But before we get started, so first off, Brian Nussbaum talks about Kramer versus Kramer, and he says there's one scene in Kramer versus Kramer they reference in Family Guy, and that's the scene where the kid doesn't want to eat his food and wants ice cream instead.
Well, that's not a funny scene though. Do you know why?
Why?
Because he starts spanking the kid, right?
Yeah.
And then the kid says, "I want mommy back," and the kid said, and the dad says, "Well, I'm the best you've got. I'm trying my best."
Oof. Yeah, that is rough. And then he also calls you out, Andrew. Says, "I'm sorry, Andrew, but Barbie isn't a breakup film." So there you
go. It kind of, I'm not mentioning it today, but it kind of is, in my opinion.
It's a self-discovery story. It's not a breakup story. That's what. There's a difference between self-discovery and breakup.
Like if she had shown interest in him,
yeah,
I could understand why you'd be right. But she literally, if you watch it, like, and you really like pay attention to the subtle elements in it, she really never had any interest at all in him.
Yeah. So it's more so about him discovering himself than it is just about their breakup. So it is. But Ross, what do you have next on your list you want to mention?
I don't know if mine's allowed. Past lives.
Oh, I did not think of that. But yeah, that is
counter. No,
I would allow that because I feel like it deals with, even though they weren't together, I feel like, it's all about, well, in our past life we could have been together if things were different. And so I feel like that one definitely counts. But yeah, Past Lives is a beautiful movie. This is one of the best of last year. It was really emotional.
It was my favorite movie of last year.
Yeah. It was emotional. It was poignant. It was just, and it's one of two movies I gave a standing ovation to last year. It was really, really well done. So
yeah, and it's so good. Yeah,
it is amazing. All the performances are great here. It's just very real and honest in its depiction of
because like it's about like this couple, and it's about, and then it's about how they how basically like how like circumstance keeps them apart, so
yeah. And
I can see this movie working as a multiverse movie too, and I'm not trolling either.
True.
Yeah, because you could see them like going through the different lives, like if something had changed.
Yeah, that is talking about if something had changed. There's one that I'm going to mention that y'all have probably never even heard of. I literally just watched it last night, and to prep for another show. So this movie will be mentioned again on another show I'll be doing at some point.
What show is it?
It's a From the Vault, where I'll be talking about
okay.
where I'll be doing a deep dive on a lot of my physical media collection.
And then like we should do our we should do our most like underrated ones too.
Yeah, that would be really good too.
Because don't worry, Hook will not be underrated on there.
Oh,
no, because it's not underrated in my opinion anymore. It's underrated, but it's not underrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it got bad reviews, but
exposure.
it's like but it's getting better exposure and such. But the one I'm going to mention is based on a book. It's a film by Joan McKillen Silver. This is my first film from her, and it's what does that sound? It's like there's like a
maybe that was me.
That was me.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You're good. It was just really loud on the mic. But yeah. It's called Chilly Scenes of Winter. This is a film I own on Criterion, and man, this was definitely a hard watch. It was very, I don't want to say triggering for me, but it very much was like it hit close to home for me. I'll say that. Pretty much what this is about, and the plot is right here on the back of the Criterion. This is the Criterion that I got. It says, the trailblazing Joan McKillen Silver, one of only a handful of women to direct a film from a major Hollywood studio in the 1970s, digs fearlessly into the psychology of a thorny relationship in this anti-romantic comedy. Based on Anne Betty's best-selling novel about lovelorn civil servants Charles John Hurd and his married but separated co-worker Laura Mary Beth Hurt. Months after their affair has ended, Charles is haunted by the memories as he desperately attempts to rekindle a love that perhaps never was. Switching deftly between past and present, McKillen Silver guides this piercing deconstruction of male wish fulfillment fantasy beyond standard movie romance tropes into something more complicated and cuttingly truthful. And this is maybe the best depiction of the male psyche I've ever seen put to film, about how a man's internal thoughts are, how they feel about certain situations like this. It's just, and I feel like it's one of the most realistic depictions of relationships in general I've ever seen put to film. It was mind blowing. John Hurt gave like the best performance I've ever seen him give in this film. He was incredible, and the whole cast is excellent in this film. This is one that's really going to stay with me and make me think about it. It has a lot of like Woody Allen vibes to it in a way, mixed in with like a little bit of the When Harry Met Sally and a few other films in there, but it's a lot more. It is a dramedy, but it's a lot more drama to it, and it's very, very profound. And originally, the movie was called, when it released in theaters in 1979, this film was actually titled Head Over Heels. But then when it got its physical media release, they retitled it to the title of the book, which is Chilly Scenes of Winter. So I actually like this title better. I think it fits with the themes of the movie. And this is definitely works as an anti-Valentine's Day movie for sure. So if you guys get the chance, I don't know where it's streaming or if it's streaming at all.
You can't even rent it from anywhere.
Oh, wow. So then you guys, if you guys can find the Criterion Blu-ray of this, then definitely pick it up to watch Chilly Scenes of Winter, because this film.
How is he? Because he's normally not the best actor. How is he in this?
Oh, I mentioned earlier, this is like his best performance of his career. This is
okay.
This is
he's normally not the best actor, is he?
This is phenomenal. Like, he has a whole scene where he like just goes mad from lost to sleep, and it's almost like it's almost like Steve Martin in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, where he just starts going crazy. He's like yelling at one person, and it's just like the facial expressions he's making, but also there's some subtleties in his performance that is really, really well done. And he's a very flawed character. He says some things that is like, bro, that's kind of problematic. The way that you're treating her, the way you're thinking about this, but in a way, it's also very real and honest. So yeah, I absolutely adore this film, and it's just one I wanted to. I'll also be doing another deep dive on that soon, but I wanted to talk about that here on this stream for you guys. It's great. So, what is the next one on your list, Andrew?
It's a really, really stupid movie. I've seen it a few times. It was from the early 2000s. It's a little movie called John Tucker Must Die.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it.
I've not seen it.
It's about, I don't know if he ends up getting together with somebody at the end of the movie, but the idea is that all these girls get together, and there's this guy, John Tucker, who's like a player, he's like playing all of them, and they catch on to his game. So what they do is they say, wait, he hasn't flirted with this new girl yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to use her, and we're going to use you, and we are together going to break the heart of John Tucker.
Oh, wow. That sounds
it's like a high school version of 9 to 5.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Like it's probably not like fun that you'll be like, oh my god, this is a classic, but this is a movie that gives me some. It gave me some laughs when I saw it. Like they make him feel like he's on his period, and he's a basketball player,
Yeah.
So the coach is yelling at him, and he's like crying. I don't know what you wanted me to do. I don't know what you want me to do, and like stuff like that, So it's not the most well-made movie, but I love the idea that it deals with not only is the main plot, getting together, but it also has to deal with revenge, and people sticking together through thick and thin,
Wow. Is sorry, what were we saying?
And people sticking together through thick and thin to do what is right,
Yeah.
Get revenge on a player.
Nice.
And this guy's is basically like, have you ever seen How I Met Your Mother?
Oh yeah, love that
This
show.
guy's like Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. I like 9 to 5 better, but still, this movie's pretty good.
Is it streaming anywhere?
If you have Fubo.
Oh, okay.
Or Freevee.
Yeah. Oh, Freevee. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Freevee's free, so that's.
No, sorry, no. Freeform. It says DirecTV, Fubo.
Oh, Freeform. Okay.
You get why I got them confused?
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, so if you have the live TV kind of thing, then you can watch it. But yeah.
But Mike, you know what one of the best parts about it is for me though?
What?
The girls.
Oh, nice.
Because and then okay, guess who's in it though?
Who?
Okay, Sophia Bush.
That name sounds familiar. I know it sounds familiar.
Yeah, did you ever watch a lot of stuff? Yeah, let's see what else she was in. Okay, did you ever see The Hitcher? The new one?
Oh, yep. I know what actress you're talking about. Yeah.
And guess who else is in it too? Brittany Snow.
Oh, I love Brittany Snow now. Like that's one that, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a great one. So what next would you have on your list, Ross?
Okay. I call it the Walmart controversy movie.
Okay.
Blue Valentine.
Yeah.
Is because, do you know why I call it the Walmart controversy movie?
Why?
If you go in their Walmart section, you know, their Valentine's Day movies, they'll say like, spend the night with somebody you love with these great love stories. And that movie's always on there. And then if you've seen it, it is not.
No.
It's basically takes the breakup, but it makes it like more realistic.
It's on par with couples wanting to be like Harley Quinn and the Joker. And it's like, no, this is toxic, right?
No.
Or is it on par with like all the people who were shipping couples in Euphoria, even though every character on that show is like toxic as hell, and it's like they should never be together. It's like the same. It's like the same kind of thing. It is. Yeah, this movie is very anti-Valentine's Day, even though it's called Blue Valentine. Absolutely, it's But Ryan Gosling is great in this film, and Michelle Williams is great in this film as well.
Because here's what it's about, Andrew. It says Dean and Cindy live a quiet life in a modest neighborhood. To the casual observer, everything appears normal, if a bit subdued. But closer examination reveals a couple caught in a downward spiral. They appear to have the world at their feet at the outset of their relationship. However, his lack of ambition and like her retreat into self-absorption causes potentially irreversible cracks in their marriage.
Yeah. So talking about Michelle Williams movies, I will mention one that, I'll bring up one, and then you let me know if it counts, because of technically they are divorced in the film and they're on the poster, but
I know which one it is.
Manchester by the Sea.
No, I wouldn't count it. You know why?
Why?
Because the breakup isn't the focus of the film.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess I won't mention that, but that's one that I would definitely recommend to people to check out, because it's a great film for sure. There is another Michelle Williams one though that I wasn't huge on, but I know that other people were. That but The Fabelmans too. That's one that
but that's one I would say no to, because even though
even though what?
Even though that the breakup is a focus, it's not the focus of the movie.
True. But one that has a breakup as the focus of the movie is a film that most of us like here, and that is Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
No, I like this movie. I like it. I just don't love it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite rom-coms of recent years / breakup movies, and this one definitely counts as a breakup movie because the plot is literally about Sarah Marshall, who is is in love with Jason Segel's character, and it's a good transition because we just talked about How I Met Your Mother, but she's dating this guy, and at the very beginning she breaks up with him, and so like his friend, played by Bill Hader, who's great in the film as well, says you should do like yourself a favor. You should go, on a vacation for yourself and try to forget about her. And when he goes to vacation, I forget where he goes, like Hawaii or somewhere.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Yeah. Whenever he goes to Hawaii to try to forget about Sarah Marshall, it just so happens Sarah Marshall is there in Hawaii with Russell Brand, her new boyfriend, who's like a pretentious whack in this movie. So it's very funny. It's very interesting. Great chemistry. Mila Kunis is also in this film, and she has great chemistry with Jason Segel in this film. It's very well done. It's one I definitely revisit every so often, especially over the summer since it's in Hawaii. This is one of the best breakup films out there, and one of the best rom-coms because don't they still get together in the end, or at least Mila Kunis and him?
Yes,
I think it's like implied that they do.
Yeah. It's implied that they get together in the end, but it still counts because the plot centers around a breakup.
Yes,
and so it's really, and it's really really well done. So yeah, that's definitely one of my lists. What do you guys think of Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
I very much like it. I wish I liked it more because I love the cast. I love the cast. Mila Kunis, I love her. Kristen Bell, I love her. I love Jason Segel. You know, Jonah Hill shows up in the movie. He's good. You know, Bill Hader, he's good. You know, I wish this could be like my top 10 romance movies of all time, but it's really not.
Yeah. What about you, Ross?
Oh, I love this movie. You know, like it's better than the spinoff. Way better.
There was a spinoff?
Yeah, called Get Into the Greek.
Oh, I didn't know that was a spinoff of this movie though.
That's because like he plays the same. Yeah. Russell Brand plays the same character.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
And it has Rose Byrne in it too. So.
Oh yeah, and Jonah Hill, which is great.
Yeah, because like he plays the cousin of the character.
Ah, nice. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But you know, like this movie's hilarious. You know, like in the opening scene, one of the funniest opening scenes in movie history.
Oh yeah, I love the opening scene.
The towel falls off, and they're just having the secret serious conversation while he's just sitting there naked. I loved that scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have to give this movie another shot.
You will. I think. Plus, I'm sure that the musical parts will be your favorite.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The musical, yes.
So what would be next on your list, Danger?
I'm gonna say it's The Breakup with Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn, or as I like to refer to this movie. What would have happened if they made a movie about Ross and Rachel on Friends after they got together?
Like, I thought you were about to say if they made a movie about Ross and Ari. No one will understand what we're talking about.
No, Ross and Rachel on Friends.
Because that'll never happen.
Here's the thing. I have not seen this movie in years, but I felt like the drama melded with the comedy pretty well. And I love how they're friendly to each other at the end.
Yeah, I am.
But this isn't like one of my like top 10, like, because Vince Vaughn does get on my nerves a little bit. You know, he's one of those actors I love or hate, kind of a thing.
Well, you love Wedding Crashers, and he's in that. But
oh yes, that is my favorite. That is my favorite movie with Vince Vaughn by far.
Yeah, my yeah, I definitely understand that because Vince Vaughn can get annoying for me too. I don't know what my favorite with him, and it would be, I guess Hacksaw Ridge, maybe. I'd have to think about that. But
did you ever see though the movie Swingers?
I did not. No.
You would love it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see it, but I have not gotten around to that one. What would be next on your list, Ross?
Terms of Endearment.
Nice. All right. Yeah, that is one that is always, I saw it like a long time ago. Don't remember a damn thing about it, but I remember every time I'm watching like a TV show and someone's in a bad breakup or something, they're always watching that movie to try to like they're crying with the ice cream scoop in their hand and they're eating
because the yelling scene.
It's like, yeah,
I'll send you the yelling scene because it's only a minute long too, and you can see why, you know, like why it's so good. But yeah, you know, like the husband is a jerk, and you could tell he's a jerk just by the name. His name is Flap.
Interesting.
Yeah, by Jeff Daniels. But you know, like this movie, you know, like is great because you know, like right as they think they're gonna break up, you know, like they talk about breaking. You know, like the daughter gets diagnosed with a disease. You know, like with the life threatening disease.
Wow.
But yeah,
that does sound great. Is it streaming anywhere?
Showtime.
Nice. And if you have Paramount Plus with Showtime, you guys can also watch it there.
Okay, I just sent you the scene, Mike.
Nice.
So you can,
okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out.
It's a minute-long scene, so
I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Can you send it?
Andrew, have you? I put it in the private chat, Andrew.
Yeah, you put it in the private chat.
Andrew, do you remember that? Andrew, do you remember that movie or no?
Yeah.
What movie?
Terms of Endearment. You said you saw it.
I haven't seen that movie yet.
Oh, you said it's one of your favorite breakup movies, though.
Yeah, I thought you did, but I don't know. Maybe but I mean, unless it was me that said that, I don't know. But I haven't seen it forever though. But
and Jack Nicholson's really good in Danny DeVito. It's good, and plus, like, it actually had it was nominated for 7 Oscars and 4 acting nominations. So it's pretty damn good then.
Oh yeah,
because
sure.
like if it can get two nominations for Best Actress and 2 nominations for Best Supporting Actor.
Oh yeah, no.
If it can sneak in 2 Best Lead Actress nominations,
And another one I want to mention real quick is a film that I know a lot of y'all haven't seen, but it has a really gut-wrenching. Say what you will about the film. I know it gets a lot, and I mean a lot of criticism for having one of the most graphic, probably the most graphic sex scene ever put to film in the history of cinema. And it is like extremely long sex scene that's like 15 minutes long. It is a very long sex scene in this movie, and it is a lesbian sex scene, but it is a very emotional movie. Like the movie itself, it's 3 hours, so you have to bear with it, but it is a long one, but it's very, very good. And that is Blue is the Warmest Color. I own this one on Criterion. I got this for like a really good
I've always wanted to see this movie. I heard
yeah, it is really good. I think it won the Oscar that year, but this film it won the Oscar for international film. It has Leah Sado, who we've seen in a lot of stuff recently, and then it's also got Adele Exarchopoulos. Forgive me if I mispronounce her name, but she's in a lot of like smaller, independent kind of foreign language stuff that's been out recently. And yeah, this has talking about one of the most just powerful but also gut-wrenching scenes. That is probably some of the best acting you will ever see in your life. Like the scene is emotional when they have to break up and what happens there, but it really sticks with you, and the whole movie really sticks with you and just leaves you pondering on it and thinking about it. And so yes, there are people who abuse it, and they literally would just like be like, I'm not going to watch 3 hours. Let me just fast forward all the way to the sex scene and just watch the sex scene over and over, and then all this stuff because that's hot. And there are people that would definitely do that, and it's like, yeah, I mean, is it a hot sex scene? Sure, but like also it's a great movie, so focus on the actual movie.
I haven't seen it yet. Do you see me liking it?
Oh yeah, I think you definitely would like it a lot. And
because I like Leah Seydoux. She was good in Bond.
She was good in Bond and Asteroid City and all, and even Death Stranding she appeared in for.
Did you know she's in the Bond movies?
Who?
Leah Seydoux.
No.
You've seen all the Daniel Craig ones, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he has. He's seen all the Daniel Craig
ones.
Right,
Andrew?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, do you remember the but do you remember Madeline Swan?
Yes.
That's her.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, she also had a very short appearance in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
And then she's in a movie I want to see this year too, though.
Which one?
Dune Part 2.
Oh yeah, she is in Dune Part 2. Yeah. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, that's great casting. So she's a great actress. The movie's really great. Is it streaming anywhere or?
Oh, look, I think so. Yeah, I remember it was on Netflix for a long time.
It was on Netflix for a while. Then it came on to Tubi at one point. and I remember it being available through that service. And
oh yeah, let's see, it's on Mubi, Tubi,
movie, nice. Okay.
Canopy, and then AMC Plus.
Nice. So if you guys have any of those, and you guys can watch Blue is the Warmest Color, and I definitely think it is very much worth your time. So yeah, that's my next pick. So what is your next pick, Andrew?
I looked this up, and this is on some breakup movie lists. But it's the movie that you just recommended to me the other day, Francis Ha.
With Fry.
Ah, yes.
This movie was so good on like so many levels. I'm confused. Was this girl a lesbian in the movie or bisexual?
I think it implied she was bisexual as well.
Because not only does she break up with her boyfriend, but just to deal with the idea that her friend is literally getting married, that she has feelings for.
Yeah.
And I love how they end the movie with her actually being in a better spot. This movie was a really nice black and white movie. I would highly recommend it. It's a really short movie too, so it's like a movie that you're like, whoa, I'm already over halfway done with this thing. Yeah. Like, cause it is like under an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's like an hour. It's like 85 minutes, something like that. Like so, an hour and 25. So it's really quick and breezy.
It is, and it combines the light with the heavy, which is what I love. If you feel the heaviness of the situation, yet this movie is so much fun of so many fun, light, happy moments as well. So I would definitely recommend this movie. Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig are involved in this movie.
Yeah, Greta Gerwig, his not wife at the time, it was his girlfriend at the time, but his now wife. Congratulations, they recently got married. So, they this was like I think the first time they worked together. I think,
and she did a job. Was she nominated for anything?
She might have been nominated for like a few critics awards and such. I think Noah Baumbach was nominated for some stuff, and the movie was. But but I'll look into that at some point later. But it's very beautiful, very real, and just honest. This is one that's definitely on Mubi. I saw it recently on there because I subscribed to Mubi, so you guys can see it on there as well too.
I believe it's either on Netflix as well, because
it's also on Netflix. So anybody who has Netflix or Mubi can watch this movie. It's very worth your time, and it is one that I think that anyone can enjoy. I'd recommend it to anyone. So, and it's probably one of Noah Baumbach's best movies. So, yeah, Francis Ha for sure. What would be your next one?
Okay, Ross? I don't know if this one you guys will allow. Probably not. But it's a movie where the couple don't break up, but the relationship is treated like a couple breaking up, and that's Banshees of Inisherin. If you were to take, like if you were to take a guy and a girl in the same situation.
Yeah, if it was a guy and girl in the same situation, I could see it, but then it leaves it open ended to the point of like maybe they end up crossing paths again and being friends some point in the future. Maybe they never see each other again. It's one of those kind of things where
and then I'm gonna go with
open ended, but still really well done.
The Color Purple.
The Color Purple. Oh, okay, nice.
Because even though that they were never really a couple, they were a couple still.
Is that the new one or the
original?
The original one. Nice. Yeah. That's a really good one. And yeah, I mean, if you count Friends breaking up, then yeah, I would say also I would recommend Banshees of Inisherin to people to check out. But The other one I want to bring up is one that
Andrew, did you like Itchy the Sharon?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy that movie.
There's one that I wanted to bring up that I actually recommended to. Actually, no, I'm going to bring up this one just because I know no one else is really going to bring this one up first. But this is one I watched for Jordan's channel, which is he does tournament fights and such, and I watched this for one of the tournament fights one year for I think it was one of the year end tournament fights that we did. I'm trying to see when this movie came out. It was for the best movies of like 2012, I believe. This film it's called Celeste and Jesse Forever.
Oh yes,
yeah, and this one definitely counts because it is this couple that you're following that you really love, like their chemistry together, played by Andy Samberg and the other what's I'm blanking on her name.
Rashida Jones.
Rashida Jones. There it is. Yes.
Yeah, because her dad's a genius in the music world.
Oh, really?
You ever heard of a guy named Quincy Jones?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that's him.
Yep, that's her dad.
Wow.
So he's a genius, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. But
I only know him through The Weirdest Thing.
Austin Powers.
Yes. And the third one, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Quincy Jones.
But here is this. I love the tagline for the movie. It says instead of a love story, it's a loved story, which is interesting. That's the tagline. But it says Celeste and Jesse met in high school and got married young. They laugh at the same jokes and finish each other's sentences. They are forever linked in their friends' minds as the perfect couple. She, a high-powered businesswoman and budding novelist. He, a free spirit who keeps things from getting boring. Their only problem is that they have decided to get divorced. Can their perfect relationship withstand this minor setback? And this is one that is really, again, very real, very raw, very honest. And it's probably Andy Samberg's best performance I've ever seen him give. Like, he gives a really great dramatic performance here. The rest of the cast in here is, you've got Chris Pine, who shows up for like a quick role. You've got Emma Roberts in there. You've got Elijah Wood and Chris Messina. Chris Messina has this great scene where they're out like at a Halloween party, and he sort of now has a crush on Celeste and stuff. And so it's like it's that kind of a thing. But they're at a Halloween party, and he dresses up as a serial killer, and he says he's a serial killer because it's literally a cereal box he's wearing with a bunch of knives in it. that's his
I actually have a movie idea about that.
Really?
It's about this guy, right, who's a serial killer, except that, like, he goes around killing cereal mascots.
Ooh, that would be fun.
And then our friend Ari, which one he could play in it?
Who?
Toucan Sam. Imagine saying, "Follow your nose." Would you like to say that or no?
Yeah, for sure. But no, yeah, this film is really, really great, and I'm glad I got around seeing it. And if I remember correctly, I saw it when it was on Showtime. But let me see if it's streaming anywhere. It is on Max. So if you guys want to see a tender and real breakup story, then definitely
we should also at the end of the video, we should actually give our like Valentine's Day movie recommendations too. You know, underrated ones that people don't talk about enough. You think?
Yeah,
I've got 2 picks.
I definitely have an underrated rom-com now that I think of it.
Well, we'll save that for the end of.
No. I know I wasn't gonna say, but yeah, you know.
I have two movies in mind. This first one is a movie that was literally on a breakup list when I looked it up.
What?
Mamma Mia.
I honestly,
no.
I try to forget that movie, so I don't even know if it counts.
Because it ends with a friggin' wedding.
Yeah, I don't know if I would count that. There were some movies on breakup list that I was looking at, and I was like, really, y'all would count that as a breakup movie? So I don't know. I don't know if I would count Mamma Mia. But what was your other one, just in case?
Legally Blonde.
No.
Well, I mean, I do have Legally Blonde in the thumbnail when she's depressed. I would say after a breakup,
like it's about her finding another guy and it's about self-discovery more.
But it is before she finds that other guy, she realizes that she doesn't need Warner anymore, and she becomes a badass herself. And she works on herself, and she becomes a better person herself.
Well, which one would you say is more of a breakup movie? That one or Mamma Mia?
That one. Because, like Mamma Mia, they broke up like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And they like end up getting back together. So
yeah. So
and plus I don't want to talk about Pierce Brosnan's also singing.
Oh God. But
yeah,
did you see part 2, Mike? Did you ever see part 2?
I know because I just enjoyed part 1.
Let me tell you though, part 2 is actually better.
That's what I heard. That's what I've heard.
Let me look at the Rotten Tomato scores too.
And then also you can mention what next film on your list would be, but
I've run out of mine,
There's well, I've still got a few that I did some research for that I can
and I've got one more.
I've got about, let's see, there's one I literally just forgot about. So there's that one plus 1, 2, 3. So
okay. Guess what the first Mamma Mia has on Rotten Tomatoes?
Isn't it like a 40 something?
55?
55, okay.
And guess what the second one has?
Like a 80?
79.
Hey, very close.
And then it has one of your girls in it too.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Lily James.
Lily James, yeah. I was like, her name. Yeah, she's great. So
wait, like I got one that is considered the ultimate breakup movie.
Oh, okay. Which one's that?
Annie Hall.
Oh yes, that is a great one. I did not think about that.
And then it's told like out of linear order too. So like you don't know if it's their first time meeting or if they're breaking up again.
Yeah, Annie Hall is a very it's one of my favorite films of all time. It's my favorite Woody Allen film for sure. So Annie Hall is excellent. La-di-da, la-di-da.
Jeff Goldblum's in it too in his first movie, one of his first movies.
Yeah, he did, and it won Best Picture that year, beating out Star Wars: A New Hope.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, both are phenomenal. Both were the best movies of that year, but it was like, I don't know if it was on par with Star Wars, but it's still really excellent. Yeah, Annie Hall is great. Which, by the way, there's a costume that Meg Ryan wears in When Harry Met Sally, and my mom, when I was watching it with her today in the theater, she said, "Oh, it's an Annie Hall look." And I was like, "Oh my god, you're right. She is."
Oh yeah, too. Like,
yeah.
Did you know that Rob Reiner's mother actually has the best line in When Harry Met Sally?
Oh, is she the one that says, "I'll have what she's saying"?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Andrew, have you ever seen When Harry Met Sally?
Yep, years ago.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It made a woman meow.
I love that. Another one that is also, it's a good segue because it is also talked about as the ultimate Breakup movie is it was the most recent one I have put on Andrew's list of films to check out, and that is 500 Days of Summer. This is one that is like the ultimate definitive breakup movie for a lot of people. Directed by Mark Webb. It stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt and
Emily. No, not Zoe. Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel. I almost said Zoe Deutsch.
You know
I literally was about to say Zoe Deutsch.
You know why I almost said Emily though?
Why?
That's her sister, Emily Deschanel.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And her sister's a good actress too, huh?
What is her sister in again?
Okay, you ever watch the show Bones?
Oh yeah, her.
The main girl from Bones.
Yeah.
Like she was also in, Spider-Man 2.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, she is great. I love Zoe Deschanel though. She's excellent in New Girl. She's great in Elf, and she's in Yes Man. I love Yes Man. So that's one that she's really good in. Which no, they end up getting back together in Yes Man. So I guess that doesn't count. No. Yeah. So but they do break up in that film. But yeah, no, this one is definitely a beautiful film. It is touching. It centers around a breakup. Because it starts off on like their 488th day or something like that, and then you see it transition all the way back to their first day when they met, and it's very interesting, the nonlinear kind of way they tell the story, but then also just the chemistry between Zoe Deschanel and Joseph Gordon-Levitt is just completely beautiful. The script is very quirky, real, just feels very lived in, which I love. And this is Mark Webb's masterpiece, in my opinion. Like, this is his best film he's done. This is a really touching film, and one that really speaks to me and gets to my core really well. So yeah, definitely check out 500 Days of Summer. It's streaming on Hulu if you guys are looking, because that's where I just rewatched it today, actually, just to prep for this. But that's where it is streaming if you guys are looking to check it out. It is definitely worth your time. It's all about just making yourself feel happy, and because it's a lonely world, and there's even a line where he says loneliness is underrated, and he's feeling lonely and depressed, and he doesn't have anyone in his life. And then even after they're not together, he realizes he doesn't need another person in his life to make him happy, that he can be who he wants to be. And it's very, very well done. So definitely check out 500 Days of Summer. What would be next on your list, Andrew?
I've got okay. First, I've got a joking one. Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, the movie.
Bro, that's not even a movie.
No.
Like, come on, she's broken up with more people than anybody. Like,
yeah. Well, then, what's your serious one?
My serious one is, I know that Barbie couldn't be nominated.
No.
But there is another Ryan Gosling movie which can be nominated. La La Land.
Nice, yeah. That's a good one.
Like I feel like I feel as if the ending is great. Like, I love the ending for it's like the alternate version of them, that was nice to see, that, alternate version of them, and when they give each other that look one last time. That was such a good moment.
It was very beautiful, and the sign of like, hey, yeah, we won't be together anymore, but we'll always have that mutual respect, and we'll always have that connection. That was really well done. So yeah, and then since Ross is out of films, I'll go to one. I'll mention I'll mention one though that I will mention one that he'll probably say like, oh dang, I could have mentioned that. Real quick, let me get the banner off for La La Land because this one does count. They have to like move away at the end or something, and he can't be with the guy anymore. I know it gives off a creepy factor nowadays because of Army Hammer, but technically,
oh, I know which one you mean.
yeah. Do you want to say it?
Call Me by Your Name.
One. Yeah, call me by your name is one that is
the only film where I will literally watch every single credit scene. I will not post.
Oh yes, yeah, and Timothy Chalamet's performance in that credit sequence is just gut wrenching and beautiful. And
have you ever seen it, Andrew?
And he's gone. But
nope.
Yeah, I think Andrew would really love it. The Visions of Gideon song, this is what introduced me to it. It was very well done. And yeah, it has the scene that was memed for ages, which was like the peach scene. But still, I just think that as far as just a film about unrequited love, about a film that's just, about a young romance, and yeah, it's kind of a little bit creepy nowadays because of Army Hammer and what happened with his situation, but also just because Timothy Chalamet still is a legal consenting adult in the movie, but he's 18 and like Army Hammer is like 30. I think that's in the film or something. His character is something along those lines, but still legal. But it's one of those very, he's a very young adult discovering himself, falling in love with this older man. And it's very well done. And then whenever the breakup has to happen, it's gut wrenching. And then the Michael Stuhlbarg, oh my god,
he should be okay. I remember there was like a 3-year period where he was actually nominated for. I mean, like where everyone says he should be nominated for Oscars, but he wasn't.
Was he ever nominated for A Serious Man?
No.
Really? Wow, that's shocking now. Okay, that one definitely is shocking. Because I thought he would have gotten nominated for A Serious Man.
Let me look. I don't think so. Because I remember that like people thought that like he should have been nominated, like for like years in a row.
Oh yeah, and he's a very underrated actor because I feel like he doesn't get nearly enough appreciation. So, and while you look that up, I'll mention my next film on my list, which is
Hey, Andrew. Do you like Michael Stuhlbarg?
I've never really seen a lot of his stuff.
You loved him in The Shape of Water, though.
Who did he play?
Dr. Robert Hofstadter.
Oh, her neighbor?
Yeah.
Oh, he was great.
So real quick, this is one I'll mention that
Nope. Actually, he's been nominated for Tony Award, Emmy Award, Screen Actors Guild, and Golden Globe. No Oscars, because I remember like there was a stretch with like The Shape of Water, Call Me by Your Name, and then Hugo.
Oh yeah, he was in Hugo. He's great in Hugo. So yeah, that, and then I think A Serious Man is probably even his best performance too. So I'm shocked he was never nominated for that and a few other films. So that's definitely interesting. Yeah, he's a very underrated actor. I think one day he'll definitely get nominated though. One day for sure, because he's too good of an actor not to. My next pick is one that came out last year, actually in 2023, and I just thought about it, and like, yeah, totally it counts. I don't know why I didn't think about it until now, but Priscilla from Sofia Coppola. I haven't seen it yet. This is the Priscilla Presley biopic, and it definitely counts because it follows the entire marriage of Elvis and Priscilla, the problematic elements to it, the honest and real, like they didn't make him out to be a monster. That's what I loved. Like he had some very abusive elements to him, but he also loved his children. He was a great father. He, they really showed it it showed him in a very realistic light, and I appreciated that. and at the end, she pretty much walks out on him and leaves him, and so it's a full on breakup movie. They aren't together by the end of it. It's very well done, and it's Sofia Coppola's best film since Lost in Translation, which is 21 going on 21 years now. Lost in Translation, so it's her best film since then, and it is very, very excellent. So if you guys have not seen Priscilla, it will be coming on to Max soon. I don't know when though, but it will be coming on to Max soon because of the deal that they made with Max and 24. So
if Priscilla is nominated, would Elvis be able to be nominated?
No.
What you?
Because like Priscilla's about their relationship, right?
Yeah, Priscilla's about their,
and then like Elvis is about his career, and then like his relationship with Tom Parker.
Yeah, so I feel like Priscilla definitely would count. Do you have any more then, Andrew? Or
I had one more that would count. Chasing Amy.
Chasing Amy, yes. Yeah, that would definitely count.
Great movie. I love that movie. So, Andrew, have you seen it yet?
Yes.
So, okay. So then you can't say that you don't know who Jay and Silent Bob are, and you haven't seen anything with them.
Yeah, that's it's a
I have them.
You would watch them in order, though, Andrew, too.
That's a great one, and I just want to show off something, but you can talk about Chasing Amy while I show it off.
I liked his relationship, and I liked his connection to his neighbor. I mean, to his roommate.
Yeah.
Wasn't his roommate gay?
I think so, yeah, something like that. This is, real quick, I want to show this off because this is actually out of print. And if you guys, for any physical media people who, or people who don't know what out of print means, it means you literally cannot find it anywhere. It won't be in stores. It won't be in online, really. You have to like find specific websites that would maybe sell it. And I found a specific website that sold a DVD. And yeah, this is like a Criterion DVD, like an old Criterion DVD. Chasing Amy is on Criterion. And so this is a Criterion DVD that is like out of print.
Well, though, you would I have though? You would I have at my house? You would I have in my house?
What?
You know that 2-disc edition of Dogma that's impossible to find?
Oh yeah, you have that one?
Do you know how I got it?
How?
Goodwill.
Wow. Yeah, sometimes Goodwill can have some shocking picks there. Like Noah, my friend, has picked up some Criterions from Goodwill before and such.
Like, I have a Criterion that's really weird though from Goodwill though.
Which one?
Armageddon.
That's another out of print one. But yeah, it's very interesting.
The Rock has a Criterion.
Yeah, The Rock. That's another out of print Criterion that I picked up recently. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I've been once you start, you can't stop. Like I'm obsessed now. Like I've been collecting these Criterion Blu-rays now, and it's like an obsession. It's like getting a tattoo. Once you get one, you can't stop. And it's I need to control myself. But yeah, it's great, and I love this movie. Chasing Amy is my personal favorite Kevin Smith film.
Mine too. You know,
this is
I'm
excellent.
Almost done. I've seen every single View Askews movie. Do you know which one though? I'm watching like one of the lesser ones though right now.
Oh, really? Which one?
Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Oh yeah. I can totally.
Do you know which one that was actually a part of the series that people don't know is?
What?
What's it called? Zack and Miri.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I knew that was from Kevin Smith. I didn't know that was like part of the trilogy.
Because no, you know, I mean, it's part of the like View Askews because like you know like Justin Long's character plays the same character as in.
Oh really? Interesting. Yeah, I did not know that. That's cool. So my next pick, and or my final pick. This is, to me, the number one breakup movie of all time, but people can debate whether or not it is a breakup movie. Before I get to that, I do want to throw an honorable mention out there to Portrait of a Lady on Fire, another Criterion I own, which is this one right over here. Yeah,
which one is the one that you loved from a few years ago? You know,
this
the lady running. Do you think that one will be on Criterion eventually? You know, the one that you recommend to me. You know, the one that you were screaming about. You know, in 2021.
You know what? Fucking hell! I cannot believe. Okay, I'm gonna put that on as my next one on the list. I cannot fucking believe I almost forgot that one. Let me type it on the banner real quick. And
yeah,
it was called The Worst Person in the World.
Yeah.
And this is all a and yes, the Criterion is available already. It is right here. This is what the Criterion looks like for The Worst Person in the World. A film by Joachim Trier, and this is what the inside looks like.
To see it. Do you think I like it?
Oh, dude, you fucking love this movie. This movie stars Renate Reinsve, and it also has, I forget the actor's name, the other actor's name, but he's also great in this film too. It was, let's see, I see.
Would I like this movie?
Yeah, I think you would like this film a lot. It is a film from oh shit, now I'm blanking out on the country that takes place in, but it is Norwegian. That's it. It's a Norway film. But yeah, it's Norwegian. And it definitely centers around a breakup, because this film says here Renate Reinsve won the Best Actress prize at Cannes for the revelatory, complex performance that anchors this sprawlingly novelistic film by Norwegian auteur Joachim Trier, an emotionally intricate and exhilarating character study of a woman entering her 30s. Amid the seemingly endless possibilities of the modern world, Julie wavers over artistic passions and professions, the question of motherhood and relationships with two very different men, a successful comic artist and a charismatic barista. Working with a team of longtime collaborators, Trier and his perennial co-writer Ezekiel Volk construct in The Worst Person in the World the Oscar-nominated third entry in their unofficial Oslo trilogy, a liberating portrait of self-discovery and a bracingly contemporary spin on the romantic comedy. So, yeah, this is definitely a unique romantic comedy, a very powerful breakup movie. There's a scene involving it, I don't want to spoil it, but involving a character that gets cancer, and they both have a conversation that is just so real and so honest. And I remember this is when I cheered the loudest at any of our Oscar morning streams when it was announced to be nominated for best original screenplay. I remember cheering so loud because it was my favorite movie of 2021. It's one of my favorite movies, period. Now it's excellent, and I definitely recommend everyone check it out. I believe it's on Hulu because Neon is the distributor, and Neon has a deal with Hulu that they like put all their films on there. So you guys can check it out on Hulu. It's definitely worth your time. And so that would be next on my list. And the other one, since everyone else is out of films, but yeah, I'll also mention Portrait of a Lady on Fire, even though they never truly like necessarily got together. It was more like unrequited love in a way that they had. There's still a overlining, like you can maybe have an idea that this is a breakup film. It is very beautiful. Oh, I love this little painting they have in there too. But it's a very beautiful film, French film, about a girl that is trying to paint this portrait of this lady, and it's very they spark a relationship, and it's very, very beautiful. So that is one I definitely would recommend. But my number one breakup film and my number like 7, it's like my 7th or 8th favorite movie. I have to look again, of all time, literally meaning it is in my top 10 films ever made, is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This movie, I'm so bummed I was not able to make it because I was working on, I think, the day that it was premiering at a theater in Charlottesville, or playing at a theater in Charlottesville. I'll have to double check, but I would love to see this in a theater because this movie, it's so powerful. This is such a.
And I think it'll be back though, right?
Oh yeah, it'll definitely be back, I think, and I'm hoping, what I really would love to do is, like, I have a dollar theater near me and they're asking for ideas of like what to play and what to do for because they're kind of running out of ideas, and I'm bringing up the idea of anniversary screenings. So I said, I should bring up the idea of doing a 20th anniversary of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind since it turns 20 this year.
You know what else you should bring up?
That would be what?
Hook.
Oh yeah, how old is Hook turning?
But it's not an anniversary, but still.
Oh yeah, but no, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is technically, it can go either way because the way it ends in a way that is they might still be together, or it's one of those endings where no, they decided to be happy and just go their separate ways and split off. And so it's never gives you a full answer. It's like up to you to decide that, but it's very well done.
I've got a question for you about this movie though.
Yeah.
What do you think is worse? Okay, Walmart putting, Blue Valentine in the Valentine's section, right?
Uh-huh.
Or Barnes and Noble putting this in the comedy section.
Oh shit. I almost want to say putting this in the comedy section, because at least with Blue Valentine, like, I can understand the confusion, because if someone hasn't seen it at Walmart, they're like, oh well, it's like it has Valentine in the title, and like I can maybe understand something like that. But with this movie, it is not a comedy. This movie is like really sad, really emotional, but has a career best performance from Jim Carrey. And a career.
See this movie.
And say what?
I really want to see this.
Yeah, it is absolutely like a masterpiece. Like, and once I get my paycheck, because I own the rest of my top 10 movies of all time. Once I get my next paycheck, I'm definitely buying this in 4K because it's still available on Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to hold out hope for it. I kept on hoping for a Criterion of this movie. I'm like, I'm not holding out hope anymore. If it gets one, I'll eventually buy it. But I'm just going to buy the 4K eventually for this movie. But yeah, this is just, it has Elijah Wood in there. It's got Mark Ruffalo in there.
Oh yeah, too. And then but the plot synopsis isn't really that accurate though.
Why? What's the plot synopsis say?
About how like he does it, like in the beginning of the movie, it makes it sound like.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, it's later on. But this is also, when it comes to film writing, so Charlie Kaufman is up there already with John Travolta for me. I mean, not John Travolta. Why did I say John Travolta? I mean, Quentin Tarantino. Why did I get those? No, Charlie Kaufman is up there with Quentin Tarantino for me as my favorite screenwriter of all time. And Charlie Kaufman's responsible for giving us scripts to Synecdoche, New York, to Being John Malkovich, to Adaptation, to I'm Thinking of Ending Things, all sorts of great movies. And he also wrote Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It is not hyperbole when I tell you, in my opinion, I would love to own this script, because this is the single greatest film screenplay to ever exist. This is the greatest film script that has ever been written, in my opinion. That is how good this script is. What's going on? Okay. But yeah, this is the best script I've ever seen written for a film. This is just touched my soul. It's heartbreaking. It's beautiful. It's poignant. It's real. It's honest. It's just it truly is timeless, and it's hard to believe it's 20 years old already. But as far as where this movie is streaming, that unfortunately, I don't think it is streaming anywhere. That's why I'm buying it again, because like I've been eager to see this film for its 20th anniversary, and I'm buying it as soon as I can because it's not streaming anywhere.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is?
It says the Criterion Channel.
Okay, nice.
CCM.
Okay.
And Stars.
And Stars. All right. So yeah, there are those sites that you can watch it on to check it out. If you guys have those, I'll probably with my next paycheck also just subscribe to the Criterion Channel as well, because it's got some great streaming stuff on there. But no, it is truly worth your while, and if it counts as a breakup movie, then it is the best of the best when it comes to a breakup. So, so yeah, that would be all of our lists for.
But the two like underrated ones, I'm gonna go with, romantic, like romantic movies too. Like I'll go with one is called "Take Me Home Tonight."
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And the other one is called "Talk to Her." That's not really a romantic one though. But like imagine like if it like has the two characters meeting, and then there's something that like breaks them up, kind of thing. It's a drama though.
Okay.
But they're two platonic male friends.
Oh yeah, I could see that. And didn't you say there was one where like a character died, and you were going to mention that on your stream or something? On the stream tonight, you said like there was something where like a character died, and
that was in Terms of Endearment.
Oh, that was Terms of Endearment. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But but yeah, so I guess for me, the underrated. Let me look at my rom-coms list and see.
But not everyone though. Like you should. It's almost a watchable movie, and that's Anyone But You.
I only have one underrated one in my opinion.
What? Not Barbie, right?
No. I feel like the movie Friends with Benefits, like for some reason, I love that movie so much. Like,
yeah,
it is one of my go-to happy movies, especially with that ending scene at the train station.
Yeah,
one of my favorite endings, and I know I'm not get someone popular in theaters, but I feel that I'm like, this deserves to be up there with things like Love Actually, in my opinion.
And when it comes to underrated, now what I mean, so when I say these two, one of them I mean in the sense of it was rated kind of mixed reception, like it has a 50-something% on Rotten Tomatoes, all that kind of stuff. I adore 50 First Dates, man. I love that movie. It's so good. With Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. That's one that I watch a lot, and that's like a Valentine's Day tradition for me. I adore that film, so that one's great. And then this one is not underrated at all. It's actually like extremely well liked by the masses. But the only reason why I will mention it as underrated is because it is a romantic comedy, but I feel like people forget it's a romantic comedy because technically there's only 2 scenes of romance in there, or like he likes this girl or whatever, and he's like trying to do this thing to help this girl out because he likes her. And it's not really like until the end where you're like, your heart is warm. I mean, your heart is warm from the very end of this movie. Like it completely warms your heart. And that's called City Lights. And it's my favorite film from Charlie Chaplin. And yeah, it has the best film, maybe one of the best film endings I've ever seen to a film. That made me like, it will make any grown man cry. It'll make your heart smile. It's beautiful. and it's all about this blind girl that is trying to, you know, she is trying to get money because she needs this like surgery done on her eyes or something like that so she can see, and she can't afford anything. So what he does, this little tramp character that Charlie Chaplin's played for years, he goes out of his way to go do whatever he can, work, joins boxing for a little bit in a really funny boxing scene, all these other stuff like that to try to earn the money to give her so she can get the surgery. And eventually the money does get handed to her. And then when she gets to surgery and she sees it's who it is that did it for her and sees him, it's so beautiful. So that is one that is not necessarily underrated because it's beloved by the masses. Some people say it's Charlie Chaplin's best movie, but it's underrated in the sense that people forget it's a romantic comedy. Like I don't feel enough people to put it as like their best romantic comedies and such.
Mm-hmm.
So it is, but it is phenomenal. So I definitely would say that one on my list. So yeah, that's pretty much what we have. And also that will be one of the films I'll definitely put on a recommendation for you,
Andrew. And I've got one though that you should watch tonight, and I'll send you a site where you can watch it. Andrew, do which one?
I may watch it in the morning.
No, do which one though?
What movie?
The Wedding Singer.
Oh yes, that is a Andrew movie through and through.
And that's a great.
I guess I watched it because I'm not the biggest Adam Sandler fan.
Well, yeah, but this one is like
neither is my dad, Andrew. But my dad, he cries every single time at the end.
I will probably end up watching that one tomorrow because I'm just gonna relax, go to sleep after this. But
you're set on though, Andrew, The Wedding Singer too.
What?
1985.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it was really nice. But and then City Lights would be one I'll definitely recommend to you as well. It is that'll pretty much be it for our breakup movie discussion. If you guys think we missed anything, let us know in the comments below. I'll definitely read whatever movies that y'all think we might have missed. But yeah, I think that these are all really great films that we mentioned today that if you are feeling lonely during this day and you need just some comfort, then definitely check out these breakup films. It'll help you out. So were you gonna say something, Andrew?
There's one movie that we did forget. I saw places. High Fidelity.
High Fidelity. Oh yeah. That is a great one. Shit, we did miss that one. But yeah, no, High Fidelity is excellent. I love that movie. One of the best breakup movies of all time, for sure. With Jack Black and John Cusack, phenomenal film. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for this stream. We will see you all in the next one,
which is Awards Roundtable soon.
Yes, Award Roundtable very soon. We will be discussing the DGA winners for you guys.
When is it so that I know to be here?
I could probably do it tomorrow after work.
What time are you done?
I get off work at 6, and then it's like about a 20-minute drive.
Maybe I don't know.
Back, I don't know.
If you push it at 10 o'clock, I can.
If you don't, then if you don't have time, Ross, then I'll probably just see like Madam Web or something tomorrow. I'll see. I don't know. But I'll see something tomorrow at theaters if you can't film. But it's either way, we'll work it out, and we'll let you guys know when our next award roundtable is, because I know you guys have missed that show. It's been gone for a little too long. And of course, next will be I'll also be watching the special features here very soon for Chilly Scenes of Winter, and then I'll be giving you guys my first episode of From the Vault, so you guys can look forward to that. And then there is a lot of other great stuff in terms of reviews coming up for you guys. I'm editing currently an Out of Darkness review that Ross and I filmed last night, so I will upload that tomorrow once I have it completely edited and such. So you guys can be on the lookout for that and much, much more coming your way. We will see you all in the next stream. And until next time, stay classy, my friends. Keep on watching those sappy romance movies.
Yes.